Hey, what up? It's Ty 1822. Can TNA recover? Now, TNA, at one point was that company that a lot of wrestling fans like me thought that could be, a legit number two behind WWE. TNA had the X Division. That what really highlighted, TNA. Then, TNA had a goal to, compete with WWE, be that number two company. And, it didn't work, a long time ago, I thought, they could be like, just a really good alternate company to WWE, but things been going downhill. They try a lot of things to get noticed, which I give them credit for. A lot of things didn't work. Certain things did work. They always try to get rating bumps. They got them sometimes they didn't. The whole Hogan thing, when we first debuted, 1.5, TNA best rating in the history of the company. That worked out right there. But the whole Hogan era just was nothing. It didn't bring anything else to TNA. Hogan did brought a little bit fans to TNA, but what they was paying Hogan for, they didn't get in return, and that was the problem with the Hogan era. It turned a lot of fans off. Once the 6-sided ring got taken away, a lot of fans got pissed off. You had the Kingman Mountain got taken away. They changed the ramp. They did a lot of things that pissed the fans off. They brought in certain guys that the fans couldn't stand. They had guys who out there primes and all that. So, TNA, they had a lot of failures. They always, try new things. The new campaign, Wrestling Matters. They scrapped that. We are TNA. No, it was TNA. We are wrestling. They changed that. They always try something else, and nothing could ever stick. So TNA been trying to figure themselves out for the last couple of years. But at one point when TNA first started, they had the identity. Then all of a sudden, you're looking for identity. You had your identity when you first start off. Now you're looking for your identity. And until this day, TNA still looking for the identity. The identity was when they first started off. But now they don't have no identity till this day. A lot of people just gave up on TNA. People on Twitter, I know that, are wrestling fans. They was watching TNA, even though when it was bad, when it's good. But now it got to the point where it's like, okay, it's so bad. Like they said, okay, this type of company just a cent. A lot of people been asking me like, yo, who's the TNA World Champion? And I'll tell them it's Eric Young. And they'll say to me, that's like WWE giving Cinderella the WWE title. And that's how people look at it. Like, that's a joke. Like, Eric Young, I like Eric Young. He been a good champion. He been booked very well. But when Eric Young is on TV, a match, a segment, the ratings plummet. The ratings don't go up with Eric Young because the fans like, come on, really? Eric Young, out of all people, Eric Young is the TNA World Champion. So people like, come on, really? This is what TNA doing today? Eric Young is your champion, and that's why people like, I can't support this company because it's crap. A lot of people expect TNA to, go under. They've been saying for the last couple of years, but TNA is still around. Still a surprise to so many people. But TNA, the reason why they're still around, they don't know budget cuts. Speaking of budget cuts, a lot of people going like AJ Styles, Kazarian, and Daniels. A lot of talents getting cut. There's just so much stuff going on in TNA, man. Just so much negativity going on in TNA. I saw the picture of them when they had that show at the baseball stadium. It was like 20 fans. Like, as a TNA performer, you have to be embarrassed by that right there. Because I wouldn't want to perform out there if I don't see a packed house. It's just a shame when I was saying it, like, man, I'm a TNA supporter too. I don't want TNA to go under like other fans. But a lot of fans just tired of TNA. They try so much stuff and they just fail so much, man. I don't know what can they actually do to recover. I mean, it's like only thing I can just come up with, okay, they can sell the company, but that's no guarantee if TNA sell the company and all of a sudden it'll be a lot better. That's no guarantee of selling the company going to make the company any better, but something gotta change. I don't know what can they do. Like right now, if somebody say, okay, how will you change TNA? I can't even tell you, man, because they did so much damage to themselves that a lot of fans just gave up. Now it's like they don't know what to do. Long time ago, like I said, I give them credit for trying things. They got some things right. But the last couple of years, it's just been a lot of bad things. It's been nothing going right at all. At one point, TNA, they would try certain things on Impact to get fans to watch. Like when they set up that Kurt Angle Sting empty Brawl Arena match, that was good stuff, and they would get a ratings bump. But now it's like they don't know what to do now. Like they don't do anything to pop a rating anymore. They always try certain things to pop a rating. It's like now they fail so much. They're like, you know what? What's the reason to keep trying? We just gonna just use what we got and see what happens. And that's the way it seems now. You know, they not trying anything. At one point, TNA was able to create a buzz on the internet. Sometimes it didn't come through. Certain times it did. Now I can't say the last time that TNA actually created a buzz on the internet. Like remember when they announced the Monday Night Wars? They trying to bring it back. It created a lot of buzz. When they signed Desmond Wolf, I forgot his original name. You know, on Independence, that got buzz. So at one point, TNA did create a buzz, but now it's like TNA barely create buzz on the internet. So you know things change. I remember a couple years ago, the YWC, a lot of people, you know, talking about, oh, you know, TNA did this and TNA signed this person. It created a buzz and people's hate. I seen certain people in TNA, like when Kurt Angle, you know, got signed. I bet at that time the internet, you know, had some buzz about, hey, Kurt Angle coming to TNA. So you know, TNA, they don't really create any buzz anymore. They're not really trying anything because they failed so much. They just gave up. Like, hey, whatever you got, we just gonna put it out and let's see what happens. But to me, I don't know Dixie Carter. Does she still care anymore? Like, remember at one point when Dixie Carter always announced that she wanted TNA to be competition with WWE? Now she don't even say that anymore. Remember the interviews? She always said, we want to be the #2 company behind WWE. You never hear Dixie Carter say that anymore. She was saying that stuff 3-4 years ago. Now you never hear Dixie Carter ever mention that. You know what? We want to be the #2 company behind WWE. They don't. They don't mention anything about it. Dixie Carter never mentions anymore. I just don't know where TNA gonna go, man. No, should we just set what TNA really is? I mean, should we just do that? Like, it's just a company that's out there. Some people gonna watch it, but as a wrestling fan, I love to see a #2 company that's legit competition. You know, I would love to see that. I just don't want to say, okay, I'm just gonna watch Raw and I'm just gonna just watch TNA just to do it because that's the #2 company right there I can watch on television. I don't want to be that wrestling fan. I want to get pumped for TNA. It's been a long time since I got pumped for TNA. They don't get you pumped anymore for certain things. They had certain things I liked back in the day. But I don't know, man, what the company can do, man. All I can come up with, Dixie Carter, is sell the company. That's all. And hopefully, the next owner, if TNA gets sold, hopefully they can do something different with the company. Because I just have no idea what can TNA do. Fans just gave up on them. They just did, man. They turned so much people off over the last couple years. Like I said, man, they tried everything, but they failed at a lot of things. I mean, they can't really pop ratings. Like, I can't remember the last time TNA got a 1.3 or 1.2. It's just been a long time, man. It's just been so long. 1.3, 1.4. It's been a long time. They can't do anything right. They haven't got a 1.4 in like 4 years. So you know how you know where the fans are with TNA. They don't give a fuck about it anymore. So, like I was saying, you know, can TNA recover? I don't know. I don't know. What can they do? But right now, I just got to accept what it is. TNA is just there. It's just there on my television screen. And I'm expecting it to go anywhere down the future. I'm not expecting the company to go under, but I'm talking about just, you know, going up. I don't expect them to go up. I just see them being there. That's it. Just being a company that's just there. It's not going to be the company that I expected, other wrestling fans expected to be legit #2 competition to WWE. So I'm going to see you in this video. Give me your thoughts on this. Can TNA recover? So don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.